Most beginners struggle to get paid and track revenue inside of GoHighLevel. Watch this video to set up billing, see actionable reports, and streamline your finances inside of HighLevel. Also, make sure to complete the action guide at the end of this video I have for you to master HighLevel that much faster. Let's jump right in. So now we are in part 3 of this 5-part series. If you guys haven't seen the other ones, please go to my YouTube channel and check this, because this is, in my opinion, the fastest way to learn HighLevel. I mean, you can pretty much learn HighLevel in a day. Obviously, it takes more time to get it really grained in, but following in this order I've seen is just the absolute best. And these videos are all linked together, so make sure you go check these out. This is really, in my opinion, the best way to do it. But we've now moved on to number 3, which is billing, which is crucial. Okay, and this isn't just sending a quick invoice. It's going in depth on the billing side of everything and reporting and data, because these are all inextricably linked. So after CRM and marketing, it's important to handle payments, track revenue, and monitor reports and data. Getting billing right keeps your business running smoothly and helps you make smart decisions. This is so important for a number of reasons. Number one, if you can't collect payments and you can't properly automate that and have a payment system, well, you're not going to make any money. Number 2 is reporting. One of the things that goes hand in hand with collecting payments from your clients is making sure they understand what the hell you're doing. A lot of people complain, my client just canceled on me randomly, or they don't see the value, or everyone's trying to lowball me. I hear this all the time. And part of the reason why is they don't know what you're doing. And reporting data, them seeing what's working, is what will help them pay you longer. I'm telling you, this is like one of the biggest hacks. And when I started dialing this exact thing in my payments, my reports and all that stuff, I kept people way longer. And people stopped asking me stupid questions. They just said, here's the credit card, keep doing what you're doing, because I was doing it properly. So the aim of this video is really to jump into billing, but also show you about reporting, how to set up custom reports so you can actually show what you're doing and it doesn't just look like magic. So we're just going to come right in here to payments. And by the way, I'm going to be going over invoices and estimates, all of this, documents and contracts, all of this, orders, subscriptions, payment links, transactions, all the product stuff, coupon settings, and integrations. I'm going to be going over everything. So get ready for a super in-depth tutorial. So one of the first things you're going to need to do is integrate a payment gateway, as you see right here. So if you come into integrations, okay, this is where you plug in your payment process. Now I have other videos on this. You have access to Stripe, PayPal, Authorize.net, Square, and a bunch more options. I mean, you have so many different ways to integrate this, and it's very simple. To integrate, you would just come right here, click connect with Stripe. Okay, you're going to click that and it's going to take you to a page, and then you just log into your Stripe account. If you don't have a Stripe account or a payment processor, you're going to need to create one. But whatever your payment processor is, you just go in, click connect, follow the steps, and then you're good to go. And this is what it's going to look like when you're all done, set up, and connected. So once you're all set up, we actually are going to go to products. I think it's the best way to start with this, because I know you would think, oh, we start here, and move like this, but products have to do with everything else. Like, they are the services. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do products first, and then we're going to move in order. That way this will all make way more sense. So you're just going to come right into products, okay? And you have a couple different options. So the first thing, you can import as a CSV. If you have a bunch of different products, let's say from Shopify, you upload them into here. You can import from Stripe. You just click this button and it will import all of the, the services you've created in Stripe. Very simple, very straightforward. If you already have stuff built out in Stripe. But then most likely to create it, if you don't have these, you're just going to click create product here or there. So we're going to do create product. So once you have your payment processor connected, we're actually going to move to products. Okay, we're not going to go this way. We're going to do that after we move to products. But the reason I have it this way is products have to do with literally everything else in this page. So I think it's very important that we go through products first, because it's going to make a lot more sense that way. But first things first, I just want to break down what a product is, believe it or not. So a product is an item that is sold or offered for sale. In this case, a car. The example, I bought a car for 20 grand. Here's why I'm explaining these. Services can also be products in HighLevel, right? So monthly SEO can also be a product. I know that sounds very weird, but I want to make sure this is clear, because a lot of people get super confused. Like, products? What do you mean? It can be a service too. Very strange, but in HighLevel, they can also be services. So just remember that. So we're going to come right over to products, okay? And you're going to have 3 different options. So first, you can import as a CSV if you're using Shopify or these other stores and you have a bunch of products. You can bulk upload. If you already have your products built out in Stripe, you can import from Stripe, so you can take all of them. And then this will be how you manually create, and you have 2 different options. So we're going to click create product, and you'll be brought to a page that looks like this. So just follow along with me. So first thing we're going to do is put the title in. So we're just going to do SEO. Okay, that's just what we're going to do for this. You can put in a basic description. So this will be monthly SEO. Okay, you put whatever you want in there. Then we can pick an image. So we're going to slap an image in real quick. So we'll come right here to Unsplash. We're just going to do SEO. We're going to click search and we're just going to click this. And again, then we're going to add an image. So we'll just click this right here from your image library. We're going to click this right here. Okay, we got it selected. And then you can do any sort of product label or collection. We're going to get into that in a little bit. Any sort of tax category. Again, I'm not a lawyer, consult a lawyer, a CPA on that. That's just if it's going to include taxes or not. And you just figure that out because, you know, every business is different. And then down here in prices, you're going to have the difference between one time and recurring. So one time is like, give me $500. Recurring is $500 every single month. So for this, we're just going to do recurring and we're going to do $500. And then this is basically like a price anchor. So we could say, 700. So like that's how much it normally costs. And then right here, you have the billing period. So monthly, they have a free trial, number of payments, and then any sort of setup fee. Okay, which is really cool. And then you got some additional options in here, which is just price description. And if you have a membership offer, and then which is just a membership offer. Then down here, you can do any sort of like customizing of the product. So like what it looks like. And then you just have some basic SEO search engine listings, which I don't think you need right now. Again, if this is a product that is going to be on an e-commerce store, maybe. But for this, we just don't need it. So once you have all that and you're good to go, you're just going to click save. And then up here again, that would be if you already been. And up here, you can sync with PayPal or Stripe. That's to connect it. But again, if you've already done that, it'll already be taken care of. So we can make sure it's saved. And then we're going to go back. And right here, you'll see the product right here. And again, you can come right in here. You can edit it or delete it just like that. And to create more products, you just click this. So this is how you're going to create all of your services. And again, when it's connected to Stripe, you can just give people this and you now have a product that you can collect money from. So if it's lawn mowing, if it's cutting people's hair, you know, all services and stuff will go right under here just to let you know. So this is where you build out the stuff that's going to be the money side of things. So now that you have your products created, we're going to go right over here to invoices and estimates. So let me first explain what an invoice is. Invoice is a bill for work already done or items already provided. Example, you fixed my car, I now owe you $200. It's what you send after they do the work. And right in here, you'll just have a basic dashboard of the invoices sent out, the money due, all of that good stuff. And to create an invoice, we're going to come right up here and click new. And you have two different kinds. So you have send one-time invoice or send new recurring invoice. So we'll just do send a one-time invoice. And this is exactly what it looks like. So you can come in here, you can change, you know, what the invoice looks like. So we're just going to do SEO. Okay, you can select the exact customer. So we'll just do, and we'll just pick Mary Gradon. Okay, so that's basically who it's going to be sent to. And then you basically have in here picking the invoice number and what it is. Here, products. This is why this is so important. We just created the products because now everything else, you can just add a product and it's done. So we just come right in here and we go, let's select the product. So to create an invoice, we're going to come right up in here. We're going to do new recurring invoice because that's what we created the product on. Again, same thing, the product is going to match. So right here, you can pick your customer. So we're going to do Mary Gradon. Okay, all the basic business info, adding products, really important because it's what we just created. This is going to be across the board. So we just click add product. We pick this. And boom, it's done. All the work is done for you. So you can just plug in your products. And this is important because if you have a business and they have all these different services, you just create the products and you can just plug stuff in much faster. This is how you save so much time. This is why the Go High Level Wizard set it up this way so you wouldn't be so confused. So we just plug that in right there and you can add more products like that. Under recurring invoice settings, you can pick the exact, you know, cadence of how you want it to come out. And you just by clicking, is it monthly, you know, what day, the first, or does it have any sort of other things? And then right in here, you have additional options, which is just some basic descriptions or adding any other attachments. And again, for this, you would just click save. And again, you would just put, so then we come make sure that you have the start date. We'll just do the 22nd and never, you know, whatever it is, we'll do 2 days in advance. And then you just click save, or you can schedule it for a set time to come out. And then right here, you basically can manage any sort of tips, have any sort of late fees, manage any payment methods, then this is really cool because you can convert this to a template so you can use this later for other invoices, which is pretty cool, which I'm about to get into templates here. So you just click schedule and then you're good to go and then you're back. Okay, so boom, we have that invoice created. Now here's what's really interesting. So as you see here, it's now in recurring invoices. So it's popped up right down there. So now all the invoices are just right like this through here. But one thing I want to go over. So as you see here, you have so as you see here, it'll go in. So as you see here, you got all invoices, the recurring invoice we just created, and then down here in templates, I just want to give this is really important. You now can have templates completely built out, and this is one I saved a while ago, so you can just use it very easy. So you can click new template, okay, and what you can do is you can fill this out again, or you can just add the product that you want. Okay, do this and boom, and click save. Right? And here's what you have. You now have a new template, and obviously name it, but that template can just be used again and again and again. So that's really, really neat. But I want to show you one last thing before we move on to estimates is if you come right in here to settings, you now will have all these settings over, okay? And then in settings, this is going to be all the settings pertaining to invoices. So you have business information. This is just going to have all the basic business info. You have email configuration. So what emails is being sent from. Okay. You have title and terms. So this is any sort of, invoice titles, terms, anything like that. So you plug that in right there to know what it's named. You have payment settings. So this is like the exact, after what kind of days it goes after, late fees, tips, the kind of thing we just showed you earlier. Okay, product settings, again, any sort of stuff with importing products from Stripe, anything like that. Reminder settings, this is just like following up with people and email notifications. Custom fields, whole video on that. That's just fields that they don't have in high level. So maybe like special secret car is a field, whatever that is, like that. And then any sort of notifications to be sent to them. So right here, I breeze through this because this just depends on what you're trying to do. But just know if you're trying to tweak this, it'll all be in settings. And this is just the basic business info, but that's how you would reach it right through there. Now we move on to estimates, which is a really cool new feature in high level. But before I even jump in, I just want to explain what this even is. So an estimate is a guess of how much something will cost given before the work is done. The example, you might fix my car for around $200, but I'm not sure yet. So the whole point of estimates is like, okay, someone wants something done, like I want SEO done, it's like a proposal almost, like this will cost X. And this is great to send to people so they have a rough idea of what's going on before they buy. So all we do is we click new estimate. And guys, the rubric is the same. It's the same format across all of these. Okay, so we'll take your name. So we'll just do estimate SEO. And again, you put in whatever you want. You have the basic info. You select the exact customer we're going to do Mary Gradon. Okay, you put estimate settings. So estimate. Then you have estimate number. So what number is it? The issue date. When does it expire? Because again, these expire. Add products just like before. We can click this right in here, select the product right here, and boom, you now have an estimate for this. And what you can do is you can change up, pricing for that. Again, frequency, how often do you want this to be sent and whatnot, and then any sort of additional options. So add a terms and conditions, basically a contract, add any attachments, or send an invoice on top. And again, these are great if you're not sure what something's going to cost and you want to just send someone a proposal. Estimates are great, but you guys are starting to see very simply, it's the same exact format. You just make sure the info looks good. You pick the exact sort of timestamp and when you want it to go out, the exact customer you want, add any terms and conditions, and then you just click send. And then you just click send and you're done. It's that simple. Or save, and this will save the estimate for later. And again, right in settings, it's the same thing I went over. It's just basic business info. So that's how you send an invoice and an estimate. So now let's move on to documents and contracts. Really fast, I'm just going to explain what a document and a contract is and their difference. A document is any file like a proposal, report, or receipt used to share information. Example, I create a document for the customer detailing the car repair process. It's just a document that outlines whatever you're doing. It's similar to an estimate, but it's just an internal document for any sort of thing you have. Contracts, on the other hand, okay, is a legal document that both parties sign to agree to the terms, like agreeing on the price for car repairs. Example, a car repair contract outlines the cost, services, and timeline. Both you and the customer agree to sign on the work. So this is legally binding. Like you get a house, you sign the deed. Okay. So this is like, so the contract is just legally binding. It's like we get X if we pay you Y. You know what I mean? And then both parties sign it and it's very much a contract. Shake hands, you're good to go. So this brings the legal side. So it technically is a document, but it's the legal side of the document. So I know this can get a little confusing, but just make sure you understand the difference between the two. So you're going to come right in here, you're going to click new. And you have two options. You can upload PDF. So if you use DocuSign, PandaDoc, you can just download and upload and it will keep the rough format. Or you can do new document. So what we're going to do is we're going to do new document and we're going to go through this. First things first, you want to name your document. So we're going to do SEO document. And then we're going to go through. So first things first, you add what you want here. So you can add text fields. Okay. You can add images. You can add videos. You can add tables. Okay, you can add a product list as you're listing your products. You can add a page break, which just separates it, a signature, which you know what that is, a text field, a date, initials, and a checkbox. So again, what we'll do is we'll have a signature down here. That's going to be so they sign. Remember, this has to be legally binding. Product list. So what we're going to do is remember that product we created. Remember that? How cool is that? We're just going to add this in. That way you guys can get away with a lot of stuff and just be done. So we're just going to do this SEO contract. And again, I'm just kind of breezing through this. You guys want to make sure this actually looks good and not like this, but I'm just adding that very simply right there. But then I add a signature or I can add, initials. And now this is legally binding. And this is going to show up in the submissions. Okay. So this is really important because now you can send legally binding contracts right in here. This is going to be how many pages do you want to the contract. Okay, document variables, when it was created, sent out, simple stuff like that. Recipients, this is what you send it to. So if you come right in here, and again, you can make sure they sign it, but let's do, where's Mary Gradon? Okay. And then you just pick whatever you want. So we'll just do guest visitor. And then to send to someone, you just pick exactly who you want here, or you can just click add new client, put in their info, and then click send. And what's going to happen is once this goes in, you'll just click send and it will immediately send it to them. So you just put in the contact info and then it will send it to them. And then right here, you can do any sort of payment setting. So again, if we set up the product, not really needing to do that, you can kind of just forget about that because the product can take care of it. And then you have any sort of settings, what the email is, what you want the email subject to be with custom fields and whatnot. So very simple, very straightforward. So again, it's very simple. You just pick exactly what you want. I recommend you go in, you slap a product in there and then go in and then make sure, okay, you just add a basic signing. That way you'll have beautiful products pre-made. And again, in my private community, I have a bunch of things and documents already built out in contracts that you can just plug in, slap your name on, and be done. That way you can sell much faster. But we're going to preview this real quick. And boom, look how cool that is. Simple as that. And again, you just click save and then you're good to go. It's as simple as that. When you send it out, you'll see right here, it'll say waiting for others. So it's been sent. Completed will be the ones that have been signed, and then payments as people collected. So this is what you'll see right in there. So that's pretty cool. And then templates, this is just the templates you've created so you can quickly send out contracts. So say we went to that other one and we created a template. That template, okay, from that other one we created would just be there again. And we could just just change the initials or change, who it is and send it. What I recommend, if you have services that require contracts, so like someone building a porch or selling a car, whatever it is, create a standard template, okay, through documents and contracts, save it, and then you have a template so you can just send it out and just change the initials or who it's being sent to. Huge time saver right there. Highly recommend you do it. And again, for this, you can just click new template. Okay, add it in just like this. And through here, it's the same exact thing we just went through. So you can do it like that. Or what you can do, okay, is you can upload a PDF, which is just right here. You come and upload PDF, we'll bring it and then create a public document that anyone can use, which is like users in your team. But that's a great way to save time. So again, I highly recommend you go in there and you build out a document that, and I highly recommend you go and you build out a contract that you can use for everyone. Save you a ton of time. So that's how you do all of that. But again, there's a setting. So I want to be thorough and go through this. In settings right here, it's going to have who is it sending from, what email, any sort of blind carbon copy or who it's getting sent to. Okay, again, basic custom fields and basic email configurations, which is important for when you're sending out because it's coming from you. So make sure you fill this out if you're sending this stuff. Team notifications, this is what users are being pinged. And then product invoicing is any sort of invoicing being attached. So just make sure you check this out. Again, every business is different, so I can't really do examples because it depends on what you're doing. But again, any questions you have, you can drop them down below. But that's just how this process would work. Okay, so now you're going to come into orders. Okay, so all orders is for e-commerce. It's all of the people that have bought in from your website. It'll all be listed just like this. And abandoned checkouts is if someone has placed, okay, like they were going to buy some shampoo and then they never basically bought it. They just left it in their shopping cart. Like in Amazon, you may have products in your shopping cart. This way you can create an automation that will start hammering them with follow-up to get them to buy. Actually, super important. This is a big one, but this is for e-commerce for using Shopify. So definitely let me know if you have any questions of that because that is money right there. Subscriptions, okay, this is basically just like recurring products, okay? And again, it's the same rubric. You just pick the customer you want. You pick the exact, product you want, and you can just click schedule again. You want to make sure your payment processor is dialed in, but it's very similar. You guys are starting to see it's the same thing across the board. So you just want to make sure you're like, okay, we have SEO that goes out every month. You can just create the subscription, pick the person and send it out, pick the exact product and you're done. You guys now see why whenever product's first, it has to do with everything. Once you create a product, all of this moves so much faster. It will save you so much time. And actually, speaking of saving time, payment links are amazing. These are basically quick payment links you can send out on the spot just to collect payment. So you're not having a contract. You're not doing these sort of more complicated stuff. You can just quickly send out a payment link and collect payment fast. And this is great for you to show your clients how to collect money quick. This I actually think is very underrated and you need to be teaching service-based business owners how to do this. So again, boom, we click the product, save a bunch of time, looks real cool. You have any sort of options. So require customers to add a phone number, collect customer address, allow coupon codes, which we're going to go over in a second, and then letting you just the quantities and anything like that. And then you have, what do you want the payment button to say? So we can have it say book. You can have it say donate. You can change this up here to whatever you want. Okay. You have add terms and conditions, which is great if you're want like a basic, simple contract on there. And then your name up here, and then you just click save. And then when you're done, you just click save. These are awesome because you can just send this out immediately and you have a basic and these are amazing because they'll save you so much time and also they'll save your client so much time. We come right in here and we'll come right in here and boom, this is what it looks like. You can just send this to them instantly and they just pay. So big time saver. Actually, for your agency, you should also have this dialed in too, because this will save you a lot of time. That way, when someone's like, dude, I'm ready to go, you're not sitting there like, clicking buttons and trying to figure out what to do. You get that payment link, you send it, you click payment, and then you're good to go. So once you're done, you just click save or you click copy and send to the customer. So really, really recommend you guys, lean into the payment links because they'll save you so much time. Okay, then we have transactions. This is just all of the transactions you have across the entire products board, all down here, which awesome. Super, super cool. You can see all that. And then back in here, we have products, and we have a couple different things in here to go over. So you have collections. So this is just groupings of products. So if we come to create collection, we pick the name you want. So we'll do test, add the image you want, pick anything like that. So then we have collections. So all this is groupings of products. Okay, so it's like everything to do with toothbrushes, everything to do with this is like everything to do with toothbrushes, everything to do with shampoo, but all the different kinds of shampoo. So stuff like that. You just click create collection, put the name and put the image in, go through the additional options and create it. Again, you don't have to have that. That's just an additional feature they have. Inventory is going to be if you have like physical stuff. So if you're selling shampoo, you're selling cars, and there's actual quantities. SEO, there's no quantities because it's pixels. So this is where we're going to see your inventory. This is really big for e-commerce. And then reviews, which is pretty cool, is reviews on products or services. So someone can go, oh, I didn't like this shampoo, and they leave a review. So it's very much like Amazon's reviews for if you have an e-commerce store. And yes, you could do that. So you could do, so you could have it for SEO, but you don't really need it. But that's kind of how that works. So now that you understand all that, I want to show you how to set up a quick product page because I think this is really, really important. And then we're going to go right into coupons. So we're going to come right into sites. Okay. We're going to get into new funnel. We're just going to do from blank. We're going to click. So now I want to show you how to create a product page. So we're going to come right down to sites. Okay, we're going to go over coupons here in a second. New funnel. We're going to pick this. We're just going to do test. I'm going to click create. So we're going to click add new step. Okay, so we're just going to put test, and you put whatever the name you want in here. We're going to click create funnel step. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to just slap a quick product in and then be able to add coupon codes just for an example. Again, what a product is if you have a bunch of pages on a website, again, you can add this however which way you want. You can have this on a website page. You can have this wherever. This is just where your products will be listed so people can buy on the spot. So we're going to come right in here. We're going to click edit in new tab. Come right in here. We'll just do full width section right here. We'll just do add a row. We'll just do one column. What we're going to do now is we're just going to come right in here. We're going to go to So we come right in here. We're going to go to elements. We're going to scroll all the way down. We're just going to do a one-step order form. You can do a two-step, but I'm just showing you the basics. So what this is this is now a page that you can plug your info into. So what we're going to do is we're going to come right in here. Okay. We're going to come to once you're here, before we add the product, you can edit it all right here. So if you go under advanced, you can get rid of, headline, you can get rid of shipping if you don't have it, and everything here will be right here. So let's say you don't want, to have a phone number. You don't want to have shipping. You just would come in and click it out or just go like this and get rid of stuff just like that. So you pick exactly what you want in here, okay? And that's up to you. Again, enable cart mode, that's going to allow them to pick quantity, so we get rid of that. They will not be able to do that once you have your product in. Any sort of pricing information. Order bumps is if you have e-commerce and just basically upsells to something else. Enable coupon codes is if you have coupon codes. Enable terms and conditions if you have this like a mini contract, a TOS, you can add it just like that. And any other things you want. Sticky contact, this just allows them to leave their contact information so they can keep buying if this is e-commerce. New contact means they have to refill in it just like that. And then validate disposable email and other simple stuff like that. So it's very, very straightforward. Again, the reason why I'm breezing through this is I have other videos on funnels and adding this in. So I'm assuming you've watched that and you get how to do this. If you don't understand that, please go watch a video because I have a video dedicated to literally what all this stuff does. But I'm assuming you know that. So let's move forward. So as you see right here, we now need to add our products. So we're going to come up here and click save. We're going to go right back and we're going to click back. Okay. And now we're going to add a product in. So once we're right here on the exact page we just set up, we're going to go to products. I'm going to click add product and we're going to click the exact product we created. See, aren't you happy now that we created the products first? Because you use it for everything. The exact same price you want. Everything else is good. Any sort of additional options you want to have. But I think this is perfect. So we're just going to click. And then right here, you'll just put one. And then down here, you're just going to want to put one. That's just like for holding a charge on a card. So we just click save. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back here. Okay. We're going to come right to test. Okay. And then we're going to come back to overview. Okay. We're going to come right in here and we're going to click view page. And as you see right here, and from there, you're all good to go and you're all connected. And then what you would do is you would just come right back here and you would view it so you can see said product info. Again, we don't have payment process set up for this test account. So, it's not going to pop up, but that's how you would do it. You just view it and then you'd be good to go. But here's the other thing I want to show you. And then you would be good to go. What I want to do is I want to now show you coupons, because what a coupon is if you come right in here to this page right here, it'll be right here and it will give them a code, so a discount off, which is really, really cool. So we come right in here to create coupon. Okay, so you put your coupon name in, you enter your coupon code, or you click generate and it will give you said coupon code. You can do it for a select. You can do it for percentage coupon or fixed coupon. So we'll do percentage. So again, it'll be 50% off. You click the start date. Remember, it has to have a date. Coupons don't last forever. I mean, you could technically make them that way. And then end date, we'll just do the 30th. You pick the exact time you want. Then you have a couple options. So limit the number of times that can be used. Okay, limit this coupon to certain offers. Limit to one use per customer. And then apply any sort of stuff for recurring info. So you would just come in there, pick which one you want, and then click create. Okay, so once it's created, what you would do, and this is going to be scheduled because it's not rolling out just yet, it's rolling out on the 22nd. You would just copy and paste this link, and then you would come in and you would just enter it like that and click apply, and you'll get the discount. And this is great if you create this coupon code and you have people coming in and you're like, oh my gosh, let's give them a coupon code. And this is so powerful for if you're running, email marketing blast, SMS blast, and you want to get more people in, like especially for hair salons. Big, use the coupon code. If you bring a friend, you'll save 50% off. This way, you send it out in your email, your SMS, or whatever you're blasting, and they can just take that coupon code and apply it. Great for database reactivation too. You can just use this and then get a ton of easy sales because people are getting a discount and it's incentive for them to buy now. So that's how you would do that. You would just go through, you'd follow those exact same steps, and then you're good to go. Last but not least, we have settings, and we kind of went over a lot of this already in different spots, but I'm just going to run you through it anyway. So you have receipts. So this is the receipt that gets sent after someone buys. You have the basic email stuff, some of the from name that always gets sent, the from email, which you guys want to configure and come click save. So every time you send an email, it's from the same exact, person. It's not switching every time. Taxes, again, consult a lawyer about this, or, do your own research. This just depends on what you're selling. Different things vary. And you just click if you want them included or not. And then you add what tax categories you have. Again, every business is different, so you got to figure that out for yourself. Notifications, this is just the notifications from, with people being, and the notifications is just, as you see right here for the abandoned cart, if someone doesn't, check out with their stuff, it just sends them, it'll just notify you so you understand. And then notifications, you have like the abandoned cart, which again, if someone doesn't pay, and they have that stuff living in the cart, it'll basically go through and send you notifications so you know exactly what's going on. Them too, and then any sort of order confirmation. So someone buys from you, it pings you going, oh, somebody just bought shampoo or whatever you want. Shipping delivery, if you have an e-commerce store and you have shipping products, you're going to want to add zones in here. And the way you do this is you just click add zone, you pick, the country, you pick the place, whatever you want, and then you add it in. So then it calculates the shipping cost, which is really, really cool. And then shipping origin, pick the basic info, business name, phone, email, street address, and other simple stuff. That way you plug this all in and then you're good to go. So it's very simple. It's very straightforward. You just want to make sure you go through and configure all this, especially if it's for your clients. Have them go in and just fill this stuff out so you know exactly what to do if it's for e-com, because you may want to check that out. That's it. That is the entire payments page So that is it. That is the entire payment section covered. So if you want to learn high level even faster, I have a 30-day free trial link down below where if you sign up with that, you're going to get access to all of my bonuses. Over $10,000 worth of bonuses for free when you sign up with that link below. Now that's 4 live coaching Zoom calls per week you can hop on. Okay, that is trainings on how to master high level, sell high level, master AI, who works. Okay, snapshots in almost every vertical, done for you systems, sales scripts, AI prompts, private community where you can ask questions. I mean, it is, in my opinion, the best community I've ever seen. Not just because I see we have the most testimonials, but so many people will come in from other places and keep telling me this thing is insane. I've never seen the amount of value you give. You should be charging, tens of thousands of dollars for this. It's incredible. And if you don't believe me, go down below, check the link and just see what we have here. I'm telling you, if you're a beginner or you're advanced, this is the best group. People keep telling me that. So please go check that out. I love you guys. If you have any questions at all, down below. And as always, keep watching the video. So now you've made it to part 3, action steps. As always, guys, pause the video and please do these. When you guys skip these, it doesn't just hurt me, but it hurts you more because you're not actually getting the practice. So number 1, the first thing you need to do is you need to go and connect your payment processor. If you haven't done that already, or you don't have an LLC and it's more complicated, figure out a way just to collect payments. That is like something I see so many beginners mess up on. They'll get a client and then they're like, well, how do I properly do, billing? How do I get them? It's a basic thing, but so many beginners mess up on it. Number 2, create one sample invoice or subscription plan. Just go through the process of, here's a database reactivation campaign, here's how much it costs, or whatever service you want. Just going through and getting the rep of doing said thing. I'm telling you, this goes a long way. Again, guys, I set these up to help you. These kind of things will give you the practice you need. Number 3, generate a report to see payments, revenue, and data. Go in the reports tab and create one of those reports. Super important. Reporting and that tab have gotten so much better since I first started. It used to be very jankety. Now it's good. It's really good. And you can automate the reports. You can send them out at the exact time every single month or week or day, whenever you want to. So that is big. So quick recap. Number 1, you want to connect a payment processor. Number 2, create one sample invoice or subscription plan. And number trace, generate a report to see payments, revenue, and data. So pause the video and do this. And once you're done, go right down below in the comments and let me know how it went. If it was easy, you overachieved. Remember, we give away a lot of bonuses, and I just like to see the people that take action, and those are the people that usually get the bonuses and that I favor. So make sure you drop a comment down below on how it went. Let us know, and that'll be awesome. Make sure you do this. Remember, the more you follow this video to a T, the faster you will learn high level. And the faster you learn high level, the chances of you making more money go up drastically. So please complete this. It will help you a lot. So we're just going to come right into the reporting tab. Okay, right down here. Okay, and you'll have a bunch of options. First thing I want to make abundantly clear, if you are new at all, analytics and reporting is just the data inside of the sub account. So that is how many calls you're getting, how many clicks. It's the measurement of what's going on. And this is useful when people want to see data. Okay, this is a big thing that I see so many marketers and SaaS owners not doing, is having data to back up stuff. Because if you have data and you can show people, not only will your clients like you better and trust you more because you're giving them hard facts, but you in turn, will do a better job because you can know what KPIs are doing, key performance indicators, and know where to go in what direction. So first, we basically are brought into the reporting dashboard. Now, we're going to get into reports last, because I'm going to be really tying this all together. But first, I want to run you through what these features are. So Google Ads Report is basically a complete report of Google advertising. And you can click right there to integrate Google Ads. If you're not doing that, we'll just move right past. But if you are running Google Ads, you'll have an entire list, just like in Google Analytics, impressions, clicks, conversions, and all this other good stuff right here. And on all of these, you can play with the dates. So you can pick the dates to get accurate representations to know when stuff was happening. Again, Facebook ads, very similar to Google ads, impressions, clicks, conversions. You can still do the stuff with time to integrate just like Facebook ads or just like Google ads. You can click right there and have it all come in. Very simple. If you're running ads, this will be awesome for you. Then we have attribution report. This is seeing where customers came into the platform. Okay, so you'll have revenue closed. That's on the opportunities tab. All of your opportunities, all of your leads. This will basically be all of the people, the stream of people coming in and where they're coming from. And down here, you can see where, what sessions, how they're coming in. They're coming from websites, funnels, all this stuff. And again, opportunities, this is in your pipelines. This is all of the leads coming in. This just tracks where people are coming from. And again, knowing these things really helps you make better decisions, but also showing your clients these things will edify, motivate them, and really make them more likely to stay. And again, same thing, you can pick time and all this other awesome stuff. Then we have call reporting. So this is going to be an entire list of all the calls going out. So again, down in phone numbers in HighLevel, if you create phone numbers, guys, I have a full video on that if you're confused. Same with pipelines and all this stuff. Go check it out on my channel if you don't understand this at all. But this will be all of the calls coming in, okay, coming from where, incoming, outgoing, just an entire blanket list, okay? And again, you have filters here, you have dates here. Incoming is calls that are being to you. Outgoing is calls made out. So again, very simple like that. And again, though, you have it all laid out cleanly in here, very simply. And again, phone numbers, this is where you will have all the data on phone numbers, so it's very nice. Then we have agent reporting. So this is a big, broad, sweeping one because this has, you know, stuff with pipelines, stuff with calendars. This has a lot of different stuff. Let me move you right here. This is really cool, though, because in this report, it's basically for agents. Okay, as you see right here, you can pick your users. Again, if you don't understand that, that is down in the staff section. I have a full video on this. It is in your employees. And these are people that have control or access to the business sub-account. So you can add them really easily. Full video on that if you're wondering how to do that. But this will basically be where all of them are because they have tasks. They have to call, they have to do jobs. And in here, you will see all of agents, users, analytics. So you'll see the opportunities. You'll see the conversions they have, the SMS that's been sent out, the email, all of the call metrics, the efficiency, all of this stuff, and even a leaderboard that you can create, which is insane. And again, guys, to figure out who's doing what, you just click these, you know, pick one, pick off, then you click fetch, and it basically brings all of the data to you. So again, you pick the date you want, you pick what user, again, users, the employees in HighLevel, and it will give you all the data on each user. Guys, this is huge if you have businesses that have a lot of salespeople or a lot of employees. This way you can have competitions and you can see exactly what's going on. Then we will have appointment report. This will be everything to do with calendars. So the users in the calendars, booked calls, appointments. Again, guys, I have an entire video on my channel dedicated to calendars if you want to learn how to set that up. But for this, it's just all right here. And this will show you booked, confirmed, canceled, new, showed, and you'll have all of the data you could possibly need. Most book calendars, you know, top 5 appointment bookers, all of this awesome stuff. And again, you can pick which calendar you want right here to see and make sure that you have the right calendar. Again, huge info on this. This is very important. And again, you can pick all of the dates right there. So that is all of the reporting. Again, data is king, so it is very important to have that. Now you're probably wondering, well, how do I get all this stuff plugged in? And guys, I promise I'm about to go over reports, but I want to make sure that you understand how this all plugs in. Well, it'll be between these two. So first things first, when you onboard people, you want to make sure you plug in all their stuff, their Google Business Profile, you know, their Facebook, you know, you set up all of these things there. Pipelines, okay, and opportunities, because this all pulls. And in the dashboard, this is why I recommend giving people access to this. The dashboard is basically a place in HighLevel where all of that info gets stored on a beautiful dashboard, so you can see at a quick glance what's going on. Reporting goes in depth on all of this stuff, and this goes hand in hand with the report, and I'm about to explain why. But in the dashboard, you have all the opportunity stuff, okay, for all your pipelines. You can select this right here. You have all of the stuff with your pipelines and leads. You have all of your tasks set out, any sort of manual actions, any stuff on Google or Facebook ads. You have Google Business Profile, sort of Facebook ads, any of this stuff. You have all of the stuff, and it's all listed right here. And this is all in dashboard. And again, you can play with the dates here, but what's really cool about dashboards is you can add widgets. And what's important about this is when you do reports, the reports pull from this. So again, you come right in here. This is what it looks like. Okay, really cool, really fancy. And then you have all of these things that you can add. So elements, themes, you can make it look, different colors. I mean, it's really, really cool what you can do. And you can add little bits and pieces of info down here. So let me explain. So for this, it'll be any sort of extra data on contacts. So you can come in here, contacts count. Okay, we'll click that. Click that, we click save, and then boom, right there, it now has a new data point. And guys, this will be on the dashboard. Okay, it will then pop up and you can customize your dashboard. Then we come back here, and then you can see contacts count has been added. And guys, this is incredibly powerful for getting really granular because some people might not want to talk about funnels. They might not have that. But you have all of these options to pull from. You have contacts, appointments, opportunities, visitor data, so people visiting a website, emails, calls, conversions, and then any other general stuff. And when you come in here, you'll see an entire list of all the things you can pick. And guys, you can customize your dashboard. Again, why this is so important is because this is how you pull the reports when you send to your clients. It pulls from this dashboard. So again, they may not have pipelines set up. So you only want to keep stuff, that they want to see. So again, if it's just the standard stuff, leave it the way it is. But if your client wants to see specific stuff, make sure you come in here, okay? You find what widgets you want. So do they want more info on contacts, more stuff on calendars? And you just go right through this. You pick exactly what you want. You just click this, you name it, and then you make sure you have all of that stuff tweaked, and then you just click save. It's simple as that. And you can customize this any which way you want because you now have elements to add extra stuff, which is really cool, and then themes like we went over before. So again, I want to make this super clear. If you are trying to build a specific dashboard for someone, you come right into dashboard, okay? You click add widget, and then you find what you want, and then you plug it in just like I said before. Okay, so for the sake of the video, we're just gonna leave it as is, and then we're gonna come back down to reporting. Okay, now this is really, really cool because you can create custom reports for your clients. Guys, this is new. This is so awesome. You don't have to go into Canva and build a report or use third-party stuff. You can just have these reports sent out. So handy, and again, they can be users and access the dashboard by themselves. But for a lot of people, sending people reports is really big. It makes you look more professional, and it also makes you look more honest. Create a report, you come right here, and then you have these three options. Right now, create a blank report is the only one available. In a little bit, from template library and clone existing report will be available. Right now, they're not, but you have two different options. So you can create from blank, or you can click the dashboard you have and you can click import. And this will just bring it right into a report. So first we're going to start with blank. So we just come right into select. Okay. And very simply, you'll have access to all of this stuff here. You can add a widget right here. You can click this and you can pick the widgets. Just like I went over in dashboard, you can add the very same stuff here. And you have all kinds of stuff you can tweak with it, which is really cool. You have elements and widgets right here. Okay, any sort of permissions, who wants to access this, and then how many pages you want right up here. And then you click save right there, and then any other little details you want to add, you can add right there. And again, naming it up here, it's very simple. It's the same kind of template High Level uses for this stuff. But you can create it custom if you want. And then to send it, you just click send or schedule. Okay, once you're done, you pick when you want this. So when you want this to go out. So again, sending it scheduled, so you don't have to be sending these reports, so they're automatic reports. Makes it look very professional. You choose the time, the date range, okay, the comparison date range. You pick the email you want to use. You pick the subject line. You pick the recipients, so who you want it to go to. And remember, you can add recipients in, okay, depending on what you're doing it with. That way, you can basically send it out to your clients, whoever it is, okay? So simple. You literally just follow this. Doesn't get any easier than that. But if you want to make this way easier and not doing it custom, I want to show you the much better way to do it, which is going to new report, okay, clicking dashboard, or I'll be selected, and click import. And guys, remember when we went over that entire dashboard, this thing right here, and I showed you how to come play with it and customize it, where you want to delete stuff, keep stuff, all of that dashboard, the import just pulls the entire dashboard in here, okay? It's that easy. And again, you can tweak it, you can make it look better. And once you build this one time, it's done. And then from there, you can just send it out to your clients. Simple as that. It's that straightforward. And again, send or schedule. You pick the cadence when you want it to go out. And you now have a perfect report done. This is so incredible, guys. This is a game changer. This will save you so much time. But it will also make you look more professional. So again, to start this out, you want to make sure that you have everything plugged in. The Google Business Profile plugged in, their calendars, their opportunities. If they don't have that, you just put what they want to see. Like if they just have a website, just have the website analytics. Remember, again, you can customize your dashboard. So depending on that, but if you want to give them everything and you want to have the full stack, you'll want to go to Launchpad, plug in their GMB, their Facebook, have calendars, have contacts, conversations, everything built out. That way, when you have the dashboard fully filled to your specifications, you can just come right down to reporting, click New Report, Import, Send, or Schedule, and you're done. It is that simple to have very professional reports done and in your high-level dashboard. And I'm telling you guys, this is a game changer for keeping clients, making yourself more professional, but also figuring out what you need to fix. It helps you be a better SaaSpreneur. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, drop a comment down below and check out that 30-day free trial link right down below. Now that we're done with part number 3, we're now going to move on to part number 2, which will be linked at the end of this video. That is sub-accounts, and that really involves settings too. That's the next big part, is understanding all the little settings of HighLevel. Because when you understand the settings, you can make the front end, which is like the sub-account side of things, work way better, and you can actually make more money. It's really important. So make sure you watch the video that pops up at the end of this video, because it will help you a lot. So watch the video that pops up at the end.